This week, what am I really, what am I really seeing on this week? What candle should I expect during this week? This week, well, I can't really predict extremely ahead. I don't know what the next candle will form. But looking at the way this candle has formed, well, I don't know much. But as you can see, when I go to the daily time frame, you see that we are actually continuing this move, this break of structure around here. So if you see clearly, you can see that we are continuing the break of structure. This is a zone where price came to tap, and right now it's going to the upside. So if, let's say, we'll consider maybe a sell or something like that, then I want to see maybe a reaction around this zone. So this is a zone where you can see that it's an indecisive zone. It could bounce off and come down, or it can break and continue. So you can't tell. You get it. You can't tell. So price, depending on whatever reaction I see over here, but you can see that there's a bit of reaction here. The daily candles are not really pumping just that much, but I don't want to fix my mind or be fixated on just one one move or one bias. So I'll actually be open minded and be neutral about my decisions. So how am I going to trade it? How am I going to treat this chart right now? How price is reacting right now? How am I going to treat it? So first of all, I'll maybe probably wait for maybe a breakout, and I'll continue to the upside. I'll be looking at maybe these zones right now. I'll be looking at these zones like this, and I'll also be projecting or the anticipating 5,000. I'll be anticipating 5,000 and all that, but I don't know. So what will change my whole bias? Because right now we are going on a bullish run. We are still continuing the bullish run. So a massive drop. If we get a massive push from here, push to come and break this low. This is the last low. This low right here. So if we get a massive push to come and break this low here, we will see the market will change. So this is the low. Pardon me for my. So this is the last low I'm talking about. So yeah, so from here we can see that price will just come all the way and come and what, maybe break here, and maybe we'll see something like maybe a change of character, and we'll start going down a little bit, but will not go down too much. The market will not change entirely, but maybe we'll go down a little bit, maybe seeing some, maybe this kind of up and down. We'll mimic this kind of up and down just right here, because looking at things and looking at the way Trump is maybe handling or managing the United States, you can see that it's bringing volume and it's making the United States economy, or making the gold a safe haven for investors to put their money against the US dollar. So yeah, so you can see that there's much volume there. Then well, yeah, so the only thing I'll just do is I'll just wait for maybe a breakout, if it's a breakout, because this move is on the edge of what breaking this side. Then probably I'll maybe wait for a break a retest or something like that, continue to the upside. Yeah, something like that. Or if price wants to take another route by maybe coming down all the way to this side, if I see a rejection around this side, then I'll consider maybe selling to the downside. You get me? So selling to the downside, maybe to start earlier. So starting earlier, we need what? We need structures structures that we should be looking at on a lower time frame. So there's one structure that we should be looking out for. If we break this structure, then we know that okay, we are having a 10. Again, we are having a 10 to the downside. So if we get a structure here and price touches this structure and also comes to what touches this demand zone, and so for instance, let me where's my mouse? So what I mean is that, let's say if price comes all the way to this side and breaks this structure and touches this demand zone, it will surely react. So maybe probably to go up. If the going to the upside is what a bit weak, then what will come down here. Do you get it? Will come down here, or will come and fill this gap over here. So that is what I'm really looking at. Or otherwise we'll get a break to the upside. We'll get a break, we'll break the structures and all those things. So depending on how the Monday also opens, I don't know. And on Tuesday we have news, we have CPI on Tuesday, and on Wednesday too we have another news. We have news all over. So let me check. So as you can see, on Tuesday we have CPI, and Wednesday we have PPMI core and retail sales, and Thursday we have unemployment claims. So CPI is a major one, measuring inflation and all those things. So when that data comes, there will be volume in the market, and so right now you can't really tell what the news is going to be doing. The news is going to be doing. So most of the time right now I'm just focusing on the candlesticks and understanding what the chart is doing. But this year, what I'm planning of just taking, let me say, break of structure. I'll be looking at like structures, and be paying attention to my demand zone and all those things, and demand and supply zone. So right now, imagine this structure, and what I'm paying attention is there, because we've gotten a break of structure here. You can see clearly like we have a break of structure here. Pardon me if I'm not getting my straight line right. So we have a break of structure, and then my last demand zone is here. So those are my trades that I'll be taking this year. Those are the kind of trades that I'll be taking this year a lot. And this year, the only thing I'll be doing is I'll be taking 2 trades per day. So 2 trades. If let's say I lose one, then that means I have another opportunity to take another one. So, and my Rex per trade is what 0.5%. Is 0.5%. I'm not Rexing 1% on the trade. So 0.5%. Then my target will be depending on how the trade will go, but mostly I'm looking out for 1:3, and I have another way of taking profit. I want to implement it and all that. So yeah, so this is what I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for these zones. The way price has already shot to the upside, I'm looking like price coming all the way to tap this zone. Let me see how price will react around this zone, whether we get a break of structure or anything. I don't know yet. Let's see what price will do, because this is a very, very, very huge. And let me see this one. So without much I do, that is it for the week. That is it for the pre-weekly or weekly analysis. What I'm anticipating or what I'm expecting to come. Well, so I want to see a reaction around this zone. If I get a reaction around this zone, then that means price is what refusing to go further. You get me? But I don't want to put my hopes on anything on that. So, but if you get a break of structure, then that means we are what? We are continuing, because if you look clearly, you can see that on the daily we are still continuing this what? This buys. Price is just pushing. So we would like to see whether if price could push further to break the this let me see 550 sorry 4,550 I meant. So I want to see whether price will break that level. If price breaks that level, then that means we'll go further to maybe 600 and all that. So let me first mark out 600. So these are my zones that I've already marked out. 600. I need to highlight on that this one. 600. Let me make it accurate. So this is accurate. Yeah, so this week those are the things I'll be looking at. But if you get a rejection around this zone, a massive candle around this zone, then that means there's a possibility that we are going to tank to the downside. If let's say I was to like maybe choose sides, I'm 100%, like let me say 80% sure that this trade is going to tank down. But I have to see more confirmation before. I don't want to go ahead of time and all those things. Right now I want to be sure of what I'm taking before I take the trade. Because this year our goal is to start streaming so many goals. We have so many goals, so many rides downs, but I don't want to say it this year is big. This year is for us. So we are going to make waves.